So you keep getting killed by this specific hand cannon that you see everywhere in PvP, and you finally want to give back at everyone with getting one. Well, in that case, I got you today, as I have gotten the God Roll Dire Promise, and I want to help you out on how to get it based on how I got it. Before we get into this though, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Getting into this now, I just want to go over my God Roll and what you should be looking for when getting a God Roll. So for mine, you see all around beauty, you got the rangefinder on it, which if you do not know, rangefinder when ADSing, it increases the range and zoom magnification. And also if you have it on GL, it increases the velocity, which gives Mountaintop one of its OP factors. Besides this though, there's also opening shot on it, which improves range and accuracy on the first shot fired. In PvP, it's always nice to get the first shot out. Other from this though, we got ricochet rounds, which is always what I look for on hand cannons, and I would recommend you do as well. Of course, it increases range and stability, but a round fire can also bounce off hard surfaces like walls. This can give you a small boost in a firefight if you ever happen to hit a shot at the wall and it bounces back and hits someone in the skull and you get the free kill. But chances are that's never going to happen to you. However, it is nice to have one of the rather safe than sorry type deals. For the sights, however, this is the one thing I've never really known too much about, so this is really up for grabs on what you should want. But for mine, I have steady hand, which gives me more stability and more handling speed, which if you can't tell by now, this gun is just maxed out on stability and range, which is what I would always aim for when getting a hand cannon. Now, to top it off, the thing that brings this gun to the God Roll status is the masterwork, which of course is range. And if you just look at the stats on the gun, it's insane. This gun, in my opinion, is literally the best hand cannon in the game currently. Now you might be wondering to yourself, how do I get this gem? Well, this part is probably going to disappoint you. This gun is completely random and you could get it at any time, anywhere. This could be from Gambit matches to Crucible tokens. However, I do have some tips on how you can not farm this, but get a higher chance of getting this gun. And remember, a little word of advice, the gun does not have to be a God Roll or as good as mine. There are still other variations of the gun that are great and get the job done just as well. So don't get rid of every dire promise you get, okay? You don't have to exactly have what you want. That's something I see a lot of people doing, where if it's not the exact weapon they want, they just get rid of it. So definitely keep that in mind. But getting on to the first recommendation is Master Raoul in the tower. With this, for only 25 legendary shards, you could get 1 legendary engram. And I'm willing to bet you have a couple of legendary shards you can spend. Also with this, if you want more legendary shards, what I can recommend is go into your vault and grab every purple weapon you have or armor that you know you're never going to touch again and dismantle them and get the shards. And I'm also willing to bet this will give you at least 100 shards from doing this. And also, one thing I would also check out for is to go into your vault and make sure you don't have a dire promise just chilling in there that you got rid of a while ago, since I have seen that happen a couple of times. So your vault is going to be really handy in this if you use it. So either grab every purple you don't use and dismantle it for shards, or just make sure you don't have a dire promise in there. Another way to get shards though is through Spider. Now the Spider, he's always selling shards for some planetary materials, and you can get them from that. Maybe though, you don't want to spend any of your shards. Well, here comes recommendation 2 and 3. This is tokens from Strikes or Crucible. Now I'm assuming if you want this gun, you probably play a considerable amount of Crucible and you have some coins to spend. Well, now's your time, as you can get this weapon through these tokens, and again, with the vault, make sure you don't have any tokens just in there collecting dust. And also check your inventory as well to make sure no one has gifted you some tokens, and sometimes people will give tokens at the end of matches and you can redeem them and you get like 5 tokens. So I would definitely look out for that, and do the same method for strikes as well. Other from this, there are other methods, but these are the main ones I found useful that also gave me the most amount of dire promises. And a little word of advice, don't be sad when you go through all these shards or tokens, because this is purely RNG, so you might not even getting it at all. For reference, I spent around 1,000 Crucible tokens and got 1 to 3 dire promises, around 1,000 legendary shards and only got 2 dire promises, and then another 1,000 strike tokens and finally got it. So remember, you may not get it, which brings me to my point again, where it doesn't have to be exactly what you're looking for. There are still other variants that will get the job done very well. And all the purples you get from these tokens and from the legendary shards, you could just dismantle and spend them at roll again. What I recommend for those who don't get this god roll that's like mine is very different though. For consoles, I can't really give you too much information as I haven't played D2 on console since launch, so I really don't know much there, but for my PC players, what I recommend is of course opening shot, as it basically gives you a free shot, and on PC you have better aim, so if you just aim for the head and you get that first shot, you pretty much won the gunfight. Then for the other perk, it's whatever really best suits you, so this could be anywhere from Swashbuckler to Under Pressure. There's not too many other perks, but if you get Opening Shot or Rangefinder on your diary, make sure you see what the other perk is, as it might be pretty good. For example, you may get Rangefinder and Snapshot. That's a pretty good roll. Site-wise, however, I still don't know too much on this, so it's wherever the perks are on the site, just read them. If you like them, keep them. The only good ones that I know on top of my head is Steady Shot and Hit Marker, so if you get those, that'd be pretty good. So what I'm going to do here for y'all is I'm going to leave the site in the description below called light.gg, and it's going to show you the dire promise and every possible roll you could get and what you're looking for. This could go from this is a Crucible perk to this is a PvE perk, and this is exactly what you want. So I'm gonna leave that down below so you guys have a little point of reference when you get a dire promise to see if it's good or not. So I hope that helps you out. Other from this though, that's my recommendations on how to get this gun and what you look for. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe for more Destiny content like this. Until next time, see ya.